It's a pleasure being here this morning to discuss with us issues that are pertinent to our hearts as retailers. You will all agree with me that in the last few months, in the last weeks and days, the retail landscape and the whole world have changed. In fact, the entire business landscape have changed. And businesses are grappling to survive the times that we are in. And we felt that it is just good and essential that we share with us thoughts around how we as retailers can navigate these challenging times, and not only navigate but actually survive it and thrive in the end, God willing. So this morning I will be sharing with us a couple of thoughts, a couple of strategies that I believe that as retailers we can put in place, we can leverage, and then success will be ours at the very end. So once again, I welcome you all to this webinar. So what has happened in the landscape since COVID-19 is something that we all did not prepare for. You didn't prepare for it, I didn't prepare for it. It just happened on all of us. But it will come as a surprise to some of us, particularly those of us who have worked closely with us at the Retail Leaders Conference. We have, in fact, been preparing our hearts, preparing our businesses for such a time as this, sharing with us if time changes, the future of retail in Nigeria, how you position your business, how you preparing to maximize emerging opportunities and navigate challenging terrain. We did not know that this was going to come so soon in this manner. Hopefully, I'm sure some of the tips you've learned there already have been very useful for you. That being said, what is new about the new normal? Is there really anything new about this new normal that we call the new normal? What is new? I've asked myself again and again, and all I find is this: nothing in my mind appears to be normal about the times we are in, except for this. If I was told a year ago that I'll be required to wear a mask, I would say not on your life. If I was told that this is how we're going to be entering stores by the second picture, I would say not on your life. So, but this is what it looks like today. This is the reality. We wear masks, we queue up with social distancing to be able to enter our precious stores, our beloved stores. Then take a look at the picture. I took this picture yesterday in one of our malls in Lagos here. This is how it looks like. A mall that used to be bubbling on Sunday, this is what we can see, a shadow of itself. So the question again I ask you, what is normal about this new normal? Let alone talk about the number of deaths that we have witnessed. God bless their soul. So unfortunate and such a tragic situation. But this is what the new normal is all about. So how can we as retailers navigate this terrain? What is normal also is that as retailers, we are facing challenges ourselves. And these challenges are such that we need to ask ourselves, how do we navigate it? For instance, you will agree with me that as retailers, we are facing hard times. But particularly for brick and mortar stores, it's really not just really hard time, but more troubled times. Times that they'd never ever imagined. The landscape has changed forever. Contactless everything, scarcity of footfall or traffic in stores. Where is the business? How will you as a retailer survive this challenge? We've heard of retail stores dying. Is it the final death? Is this the final nail on the coffin for brick and mortar stores especially? The answer is no. But how quickly can you respond in order to overcome the emerging challenges? It's about two things. One, adapting your operations and making sound commercial decisions. And I hope you'll be doing that. So the key question is, how do you do this? And what is important at the moment for me is business agility. That's what all that speaks about. How nimble is your business? How agile is your business? And why is agility in such hot demand at this time? Because the consumers we are dealing with, there's enough headwinds they too are facing. Some are losing job, no cash to spend, they are on the edge. And all these are transferred to us as retailers. We need to cope with it. We need to make decisions. That the customer you see today reacting differently is not because he wants to react that way, it's probably because of what he's facing or passing through. You will agree with me that margins are falling, demands are falling, supply is also falling, logistics have been obstructed, operation cost is rising. All of these are nothing but pressure for you and I. Business survival pressure. So how do we survive them? The retailers are under pressure, no doubt, but here are the key pressure points. Low sales, rent challenges. Whether you sell or not, you're going to pay your rent. Salaries, you have to grapple with that. Bank loans, interest payments, these are challenges you need to grapple with. And then there were some of us who already brought in products but haven't cleared, still at the port. Demurrage is increasing. How do we deal with these issues? Others have goods in transit you pay for but are yet to be supplied. So goods are still with suppliers. You can't have those goods to sell. There may even be demand for them, but you don't have them to sell. So what do you do? The headache, therefore, for retailers is how do we mitigate all of these challenges and stay afloat, particularly in the next difficult months that we'll still be facing. So I'll be sharing with us a few strategies that I believe can help us navigate this terrain, like I said in the beginning. So how do retailers manage this crisis? Strong leadership is my number one strategy. Retailers need strong leadership to be able to manage this crisis. We need leadership that can steady the ship. We need leadership that will understand and meet the competing demands from various sides of the business. We need leadership that will be able to make informed decisions with the right insights. We need leadership that will be able to leverage emerging opportunities even within the challenge time that we are in. True leadership is indeed tested during crisis, and our leadership, all of us, is being tested at the moment. We need leadership that will be able to carry everybody along, whether it's the team, customers, suppliers, vendors alike. Leadership that will be able to carry them all to the next level, the terrain that we all want to go. We need leadership that will have, as it were, a control tower view that can scenario plan the various situations that we are faced with and how this impact of COVID-19 will travel. And I put together 3 scenarios that we should be looking at: 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. Perhaps in the next 3 months, we want to assume that the crisis will be over and things get normal. So what should you be doing? You want to also assume that in the next 6 months, more disruptions, crisis is not over, recession sets in. What happened to your business? Over the next 12 months, crisis worsened, then global recession. What happened to your business? We need leadership that will be thinking about these possibilities. In terms of how do you address your customers, issues around your customers, suppliers, employees, operations, putting all this together so that you will be able to thrive at the end of the day. The second thing I think we should address our mind to is that this is not the time to think challenges, but to think opportunities. See current challenges as an opportunity to build the foundation of a more nimble and enduring business of the future. I believe this is also a time to think about how you can seize the moment, leverage it, and outperform your competition. So questions is what you should be asking. As you think opportunities, it's about asking the right question. If you recall, at one or two of the conferences, we have said this, that look, everywhere there are challenges, that is where you really find opportunities. I can tell you within this crisis, a lot of people have discovered new business opportunities or new opportunities for their businesses. So the questions you want to ask is, how will this challenge remain post-19? And if it does, what should I be doing? You want to look at questions like, how will it impact our business? How will this impact bring changes to the different category of products that we are already carrying? Should we in fact be making changes to our categories? What opportunities are emerging and how are we benefiting from them? How should we be positioning our business? Number three, you want to understand what consumers want most at this time. There are a few of them. Competence, empathy, deals and cost-saving measures for them. Your customer wants direct support from you. How are you helping them? The customer wants to see you helping the community. They don't want to see you go silent on them. One of the nature of human beings in crisis, we all turn to each other for comfort. As they are turning to you, do they get the right comfort? Do they feel you? Do they believe that you are with them? Here are some statistics that I found interesting from a group, Path to Purchase. Very interesting article. It says, it looked at these various areas, deals and cost savings. Based on the survey, 88% search for cost saving promotions at this time. That's what they've been doing. 86% of consumers, your customers, seek deals while shopping. 83% want freebies while purchasing. 82% are looking for discounts, valuable discount at that. So, if these are the search criteria they are using, will you be found? Look at direct support. The statistics are clear. Look at what they said about brand helping community. Very clear too. The 54% say they like brand who are contributing to charity. But what interests me most is what brand don't like or value. 29% said they are angry with favorite brand they love, beloved brands that remain silent on them during this pandemic. So, were you silent on your customers? 91% are angry with brands that took advantage of them during this crisis. That was a survey, a quick survey I carried out personally and together with my team. 91% said they were angry with brands that took advantage of them. And I have a personal experience to share. I have a somewhere I shop, it's a filling station. Guess what? I just noticed that when you buy fuel and you want to buy something in the supermarket, they tell you the POS is bad. But I just use POS outside. For the first time, I didn't quite understand it. But by the second or third time, I got the wind of what was happening. Oh, okay, if you need cash, just meet that girl outside. And I called the girl. And she said, oh, if I need to give you cash, you have to pay. I said, why? She said, that's management decision. So what does that mean? They deliberately remove the POS so that you can buy cash to buy product from them. And I said, this is not right. Don't forget, we are coming back when this is all over. Then the true customer nature will appear. This is about reputational damage. Were you involved in any of this? I don't think so. I know my retailers, you won't be. This was just one bad case. So my next point is for you to get online. If you notice, we're talking about searching. People are searching online. Is your business online? If it is not, launch an e-commerce site fast, quickly. And if yours is still, relaunch your e-commerce site. Why should you do that? Limited foot traffic. Your number one reason. I showed you the store earlier, a mall, and you saw the number of customers. We also have a retail business, for example, and I've been asking the staff, give me statistics on daily basis how many people enter the store. Sometimes you hear 5, the highest have been 7 people. That is serious. How will the bills be paid? So, if you have an online presence, then you can mitigate the challenges you are facing right now, hopefully. And the truth is, customers are still buying. The fact that they don't buy from you in the store doesn't mean they are not buying. They are buying online. Online searches are increasing. And the good news is, most people who have never bought something online during this period, they did buy. Because that became the only avenue for some to buy. And let me be honest, I don't see the situation changing too soon after COVID-19. At the other turn of COVID-19, based on my part of the survey we did and discussing with people, one said to me, sir, I sit in the comfort of my home, I don't go through hold up, I don't have the challenge of looking for parking space, and guess what? My product is delivered right in my home. If this continues, I'm liking it. So, you want to go where the traffic is. The traffic today is online. Launch your online site, your e-commerce website. What are the key requirements for you to launch an online site? 1, good technology, partner, and platform. A website with great user experience and user interface. Your landing pages are key to success online. Ability to navigate, the speed, the load time, all of that are things that you should pay attention to your website at this time. Then of course, stunning product images. Relevant product category to your audience that speaks to their name. Have stunning product images, great video to show for them, good inventory management system, and of course the big one, good SEO. SEO, search engine optimization, is what makes you to be found when people are searching for you. When I type in my keyword or what I'm searching for, will you appear on the first page? What platform are you leveraging? How is your SEO? Product SEO, site SEO. You need to optimize them. You can work with platforms and partners to do that. You also need a good marketing support. Social media is key. I've heard people to say, who am I talking to on social media today? Well, you need to talk to somebody on social media. If it's only to just answer their questions, if it's only to tell them what you're doing to support them at this time, you need to be there. Activate them if you shut them down. Reactivate them. Valuable customer information, you need to be passing them on, and social media will help you. Your blogs, your videos, and great customer experience. What are the challenges in managing online business? 1, management. 2, technology. 3 is marketing, sales, and service. 4 is logistics, inventory management, and of course, providing the right customer experience. If you do not have capabilities in-house to do any or all of this, the truth is capabilities are out there. You can seek out organizations that can help you. And if you can't, if you don't know any, you can talk to us. We can link you up with those that can support you to provide and help you launch your platform, and quickly too. Social selling, I've mentioned this. The social media, Facebook and Instagram, leverage them. Recently, Facebook launched the Facebook shop, May 19th to be precise. And that is, in my mind, the e-commerce game changer. If you have not yet connected, connect fast. Launch yours fast. What what it does that it makes it unique, with Facebook Shop, you can immediately market your product to people on Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and messengers. That's a huge platform you can't ignore. You can't afford to ignore it. The other, of course, your Instagram for business. Get more from it. A lot of us are already there. Get more from it. Social ad posts, essentials only. Then watch your analytics on social media. What are you getting? If you're not getting the right stuff, you need to change strategy. The next strategy I will discuss with you is how you can implement new fulfillment orders and new delivery methods. If there's ever a time to think outside the box, this is the time I think you should be doing that. For instance, here are some tips that I picked up for us. One, you need to consider buy online and the contactless delivery. These are things that I've done outside of this shop, and I believe that we can bring them here as best practices and do them. We can have the drive-through option if you have the space, where possible. You can have the curbside retail. You buy online and pick up at the car park. You don't have to come down from the car. What you have bought is dropped for you in your boot and you just drive home. You can check it later at home. We can do local delivery for grocery and supermarket especially. What are the key success factors for you? One, trust, integrity, professionalism. It will be a sad commentary if, for example, we are practicing Corvid here, because somebody has said to me, not in Nigeria. And I said, if that is not in Nigeria, where will it happen? Everything is not in Nigeria. Google Map was not in Nigeria, but today we are all using it. All that is required is trust, integrity, and professionalism. And I can trust you enough to know that, yes, what I ordered online is what you have put in my boot to drive home with. It's also about your ability to curate personalized collection. It's about seamless experience across platform. And of course, don't forget the personal touch and empathy that we spoke about. The next point I will talk about is communication. I say to you, communicate more. Communication, communication, communication. That is the name of the game right now. This is the time for you as a retailer to be there for your customer. And how can you show you are there for your customer, for your vendor, for your staff? Stay in regular touch with them. Why should you do that? That is the one way you can show to them that you care. That is the one way they can remain you can remain top of mind for them. You will stay top of mind. Whether they are buying or they are not buying, they remember you. And that's what matters at this time. It's one way you can continually connect with them and expand your reach also. It's a way that you can continue to build your brand. You can continue to also to build your community. And in fact, guess what? You can still promote sales at this time to them. But mind you, essentials only. Some tips here for communication areas you should look at. You can use emails to push customers to your website. Provide update on how you are serving them online and offline. You must keep your message timely and focus your message on empathy. Whatever messaging you are doing, let it have a symbol, a sign of empathy in it. Help customer by making discount offerings, waiving fees like delivery fees with them. Customer will love you for it and they will remember you when the times are good. So communication, 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 social media is the way to go in doing all of this, especially within a contactless environment. The next point I would like to talk about is combining technology and data to drive personalized experience for your customers. With data and technology, you can in fact understand your customer changing behaviors and needs, especially at this time. With data and technology, you can build real-time personalization for your customer. You can connect more with them. You can create the right opportunities for for your customer, the right engagement with your customer, and you can benefit from more sales through data, through technology. Data will enable you to understand your people more, your customers more, how they buy, what they buy. With data and technology, you can deliver to your customer on their expectations. You can deliver the right experiences. So leverage your data. The other point I'd like to talk about is cash flow management. Wisdom is, if you are not getting more into the business by way of sales, you shouldn't be getting more money out of the business. So how do we manage this? So first, how do I get more money into the business at this time? One way is to look at my stock review. Review my stock and see if there are product lines that are not moving, that I can in fact move with discount offerings to customers. So I can offer discounts and then of course sell those products and get some money in. Number two is I can look at discretionary buying, so that I don't just buy everything at this time. I'm only buying what people need. In that way, I will spend less of the money cash that I have on hand. The other is to enter into some negotiation with your suppliers and your vendors. You know, we talked about communication. There's nothing wrong in talking to your customer. After all, we are all in it together. So talk to them. Renegotiate your contract. Payments that are due, you can renegotiate them. Rent negotiations is another point that you should consider. Each time we talk about rent negotiation, what comes to mind is, oh, rent reduction. Not necessarily so. You could ask for deferment of rent. You could ask for reduction in rent. Both are possible. But what is important, discuss with the landlord. Loan repayments and interest negotiation. Go to your bankers. Renegotiate your interest downward. Renegotiate your loan repayment by having some form of moratorium. It's possible. Tax rebate. Oh, the tax authorities haven't come yet, but they will come. But prepare for it. Now, when they come, you should be able to ask for rebates from them. Then, of course, the big one, staff and wage negotiations. Can we reduce staff salary at this time when they too are passing through some difficulty? The answer is yes, it's possible. But how you do it is what is important. And here's where what I recommend, based on what have been done somewhere that I know. Have a meeting with your staff. Discuss with them the reality of the times. Make them come up with suggestions on how they think both you and them and the business can navigate this time, especially with cost rising and no money is coming in. And it will amaze you what they will be saying. From the experience I talked about, it was in fact the staff that said, rather than sack some of us, because that was option on the table, it was an option on the table, they said, reduce our salaries. So the bottom line of what we are discussing is that, look, you need to adjust. Adjust to survive. The other is, of course, for you to analyze every aspect of your business. It's time to trim the fat. Determine your best versus your worst performer. Whether it's staffing, whether it's inventory, whether it's suppliers, whether it's vendor, whether it's strategy, whether it's ad, emails, social media, whatever it is. Look at your best performance versus the worst, and then trim the fat. Remove the bad ones and move ahead with the good ones. It's time to rethink your whole total inventory management. For example, a complete store physical inventory and count and audit is recommended at this time, because you have no better time to do it. If you haven't done so, go and do it now. Get rid of excess inventory, expired inventory, get rid of them. And for excess inventory, embrace marketplaces. Put the product there at discount and sell them off. It will bring cash into your business. If you don't have those opportunities, of course they do exist, then consider charities. They will love you for it. Look at your product categories that you are carrying, like we mentioned earlier. In line with customer reality, look at them, deactivate some lines. and move on with the ones that are good. It's time for you to schedule software updates, get training where necessary, upgrade your software, and skill your people in the use of the software. It's time for you to reprint your barcode, your labels, your tags, your bags. It's time for you to look at how best you can maximize utilization of existing assets that you have. Staff, technology, delivery vans, for instance. How do I get the best out of them at this time? It's time to collaborate. That is the next point. Since 2014, when we started the Retail Leaders Conference, this has been a team song. Collaboration, collaboration, collaboration. And there is no better time to collaborate than now. It's time to stick together. It's time to weather the storm together. It's time to survive together. It's time for us to thrive together. Let us develop a true spirit of partnership with one another from this time onward. Ladies and gentlemen, as we begin to conclude this discussion, here are my summary points. 1. Prepare now to make your business stronger for the future. Rethink, strategize, and prepare for the future. Map out what your future store will look like, because as shoppers become more purposeful, the transaction will become more important. And what constitutes convenience will go beyond location. Shoppers will focus on the ease and the convenience of every transaction. In this respect, I will encourage you to think e-commerce, in other words, get online, think curbside retail, think drive-through, think personalization, think customer experience. And every retailer that sees this opportunity as one to experiment and create a terrific and valuable business, they are the ones that will thrive going forward. And the retailers that don't, they will fail. They will go into extinction. They will become history. You can count on this. You can take this to the bank. Key areas you should focus. Get online. This has been a recurring theme through this program. Appeal to your customers' need. Offer personalized shopping. Add curbside retail pickups. Host virtual events online. Show how you are helping through this time. What you are doing. Want to stay alive and continue to help them even after this period passes. Get creative with marketing. Expand your supply chain. It's time to go local. If you have been sourcing abroad, look for local substitutes and add them to your categories. Because for those of us who were solely dependent on imported products, I'm sure we were most hit at this time. Communicate more to employees, communicate more with your suppliers, communicate more with customers, communicate more with vendors. Limit your expenses to essential only. Look at trends that are analysis and insight. Constantly read it. Don't be afraid to ask for help where necessary. Like we said, if you do not know what to do in all of this, speak to us. We can help you find support. In fact, for us, we have thought of you long before COVID-19 of how we are going to support you all through. As we started talking of take your business online, we were also taking our businesses online, developing platforms that we believe can help you, from marketplace to social media to SEO to website development. We have put this platform in place just to support you. We did not know it was going to come this fast. So call for help. Call on us, call on other platforms, call on partners. You need that help at this time. Don't be afraid to ask for it. Encourage good hygiene and good healthy living. Keep calm and tell on. The bottom line is, you must be able at this time to show your customer that you are nimble and you are able to offer new ways to serve them now and continue to serve them even better when this period passes. Make a good impression of your business on your customer, and I can guarantee you, I assure you, this impression will be long remembered after the COVID-19 curve. Show your customer you care. Show empathy. And remember, retail is coming back, but will you come back? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.